Hi, this is Linda Kahn from Linda Kahn, The Power of You. And in the first video of our series about the sacred masculine, I spoke about what that is, who he is in our lives. As females, right, we have this male side, and most of us, I would say, spend a lot of time rejecting the part of the male that we saw as that ego-driven sense of masculinity. And we did not yet embrace who this sacred masculine is. And so, what I'd like to do today is continue talking a little bit about who he is in your psyche and how we can start to embrace those qualities that he offers us. And the first thing I'd like to say is it's not like this is some rigid person, or it's these are qualities that you call on for yourself, based on yourself, your own psyche, your own needs. There are ways that we can look at this to get an idea of an archetype, right, that will help us to embrace certain parts of the masculine that we are either needing to strengthen or really give recognition to that is actively in us now. And so one of the main, if I thought of that word sacred masculine up till a very short time ago, I would have thought about a men's group, right? These circles of men that have been meeting for many years now and embracing that, finding out who they were the same way that we women did. And one of the key books that has guided that movement is by two men, Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette. And the book is called King, Warrior, Magician, and Lover, Rediscovering the Archetypes of the Mature Masculine. And an archetype is a way to encapsulate certain qualities. If I say that to you, those four words, you have some images in your mind, some feeling about what a king is, who is a warrior, what is a lover, and who is the magician. And so what I'd like to do is just talk a little bit about those four archetypes and then show you a project that I did to get started on calling that to me and sharing that idea with you. So beginning with the lover. The lover, this is idealism. It's life with a purpose. This is someone who lives out loud and they just enjoy life, every single part of it. Sexuality is certainly in there, but it's more that sense of sensuous love of life and feeling deeply, whether it's joy or pain. He is aware and in touch with that level of living life to the fullest. This is the creative side of the masculine. And he's open to experiencing life as it comes into him. He doesn't like structure and order the way the other archetypes do, but this is the spark that gives the other ones their juice. So all of these are needed in different proportions. And then the warrior. Now this is probably the one we're most used to seeing out there in the world, kind of running the show, especially what seems to be going on right now. But the warrior in the highest aspect of himself is, there's a lot of energy. It's mindful energy. There's an integrity that he brings to the situation. Initiative, he takes initiative. There's effort behind his actions. There's a lot of courage, a sense of seizing the day. Yes, let's move with this. Decisive. He's adaptable, though, too. And prepared, the sense of preparedness, skillfulness. loyalty to a cause greater than himself, as well as greater than an individual. So this is a big part of that warrior energy. What will move the entire culture forward, that kind of thing. He's very disciplined, as we could imagine, and single-mindedness of purpose. And there's a sense of the creative destroyer. Destruction, as we know from nature, is necessary. We all die. There's, I live near a volcano. We watch this thing blow up every few years. Ash billows out and creates this incredibly fertile soil. So we see this, the cycle of destruction that brings about creation. And that's part of the warrior energy. Resilient. And then the magician. Now the magician is all about mastery and diligence. There's a sense of secret knowledge, meaning if you're a master of your craft, of your work, you would know things that maybe somebody else wouldn't. If you're an engineer, if you're an artist, you know words, you know the jargon, the world of that. And so this is what the magician is dealing with. He's a master also of technology and knowledge of how the world works, how to harness the laws and energies of the universe, and invent the tools and creative ideas to use that knowledge and be inventive. Now he's also one for thoughtful reflection and introspection. He understands the power of the knowledge he has, and there's an impetus to be a mentor to others, to share and pass on what he knows. He's the mediator between the world of nature and the world of spirit. I think maybe he's kind of the closest to the feminine energy, and what I feel so far, what I know. And then finally, the king. Now the king is this mature leader. There's courage involved. He's a man of integrity. And again, he is the protector of his kingdom. And one big quality of that is that he loves to encourage the people who are his quote-unquote subjects, the ones that he's being the leader of. And so he sees you, and he sees what you're capable of, and wants to boost you forward and move that energy and your gifts. There's that sense of he's behind you 100%. He also brings order to the arena that he's in. He's decisive, fully present. Yeah? There's a presence to him. And he is in action, not reaction. So often we're triggered, we react to things, but this king in that highest level of his role, he is a man of action and not reaction. So that centering mindfulness. And so what I did to begin to see, well, who are these archetypes for me? I created a guided visualization that I record and then I listen to it, and so I got the benefit of being in that for myself because I'm wanting to explore this and share how we can tap into this energy. And so each archetype was invited to give me a message or perhaps a gift of some kind, an object. And then out of that, I created these simple art pieces, which I'll show you in a second here. The one I just want to mention, the magician, I think maybe I felt closest to that energy because there wasn't too much that came from that. He gave me a key as the object, And his message was trust in your inner knowing. So it wasn't so involved. And then the one, the warrior. I think this is maybe one of the ones that we women, some of us women, have the most trouble with, or there's a lot of issues around that. So I just want to read you his message to me, and then I'll share with you these other simpler art pieces I did. Okay. You have absolutely no need to fear me. I am here to protect you, to keep you safe, to set your goals and boundaries, and help you meet your goals. I am not here to abuse you in any way. You are invited to make peace with me, for I truly will not harm you. It is my energy in its shadow defense that harms. And unless and until you embrace my sacred role as warrior, then you yourself are living out of the defensive shadow. This is so important. And the image that came up was this undefended heart, just courage, right? That's what the word comes from the heart, open and vulnerable, yet feeling protected by his energy and love. That was beautiful. I haven't finished that little art piece, but I want to share with you these other two things I did, because this is something you can do so easily. You can see behind me, I did one of those, you've probably done this before, a vision board, but using collage just from magazine images is a fun and often surprising way to have these things kind of speak to you in a spontaneous way. And so here we are with the lover. And I think you can see that a little bit. What I first saw was this image here of this guy in a magazine playing the sax, and I thought, I need to be like him. I need that in my life. And then the other one that I was able to finish right now was the king. Let's see if we can. It's pretty simple in terms of what's on there. I played around with the background, those images, the guy laughing in the middle. It was this sense of the great cosmic joke, just live your life, love your life. And I liked that sense of him. But the king told me, this was his message for me, do not be afraid of my energy. You have never truly known a sacred king in your life, so you are doubtful. I understand. You, though, can call on my energy at any time to be there for you. I am there to provide your sacred space for your beautiful feminine gifts to channel out to the world. It is time to be responsible for yourself, and we can do that together. So I invite you to play with anything that came up for you in this video with these words that might inspire you, and come back for the next video and we'll have more. Thanks a whole lot. See you then.